All right, let's start it.
There is a podcast no one asked for. A podcast you never knew you didn't want. 3 beers in. This is the podcast.
I anticipate a deeply religious experience.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of 3 Beers In.
Yes.
This is Chance B up in Fort Worth and joining my buddy here, Ross.
Hey.
It's a one-on-one podcast.
There you go.
And we are going to be reviewing a few beers from Celestial.
Yes, Celestial Beerworks
Yeah.
out in Dallas.
Dallas? I don't think people say anything about Dallas. Weed and boys. Ugh.
What is that?
That's
Oh, yeah.
a Cowboys stupid.
Yeah, that's right.
Stupid. But yeah, so I haven't been to Celestial yet. Are they relatively new?
I believe so.
I have been wanting to try them. I had heard a few things about them, but
I've heard good stuff about them.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and we were here and I thought we'd just pick it up at Taps and Caps, but it is twice the price there.
wow, really?
Yeah. And so I was like, I'll just drive 40 minutes to Dallas and get it. And then then it's like 40 minutes back and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, the Dallas trip is not, I don't care where you're going or where you're from.
No, it was not fun. Yeah. But yeah, so instead of spending $60, I spent 30 and I got a 6-pack, 16-ounce cans.
Apologies, Taps and Caps. We love you, but sometimes you gotta save some money.
I mean, I'm paying a premium there, I guess.
Yeah, true.
But that's a lot to pay. Anyway.
Celestial Beerworks, science, art, space, and beer is
Yeah.
what their Instagram says. So I guess there's a lot of like artistic stuff going on there.
Yeah, I mean, the whole space is pretty good. Pretty much like that. And a lot of their beers have to do with science and space and stuff, or the names have to do with science and space.
I love that when a beer does that.
We'll get to that. And
Awesome.
they're pretty much all that way.
Well, that's cool. I definitely like a theme like that. Another brewery out in Dallas that we've tried, Manhattan Brewing Project, has a similar theme for the Manhattan Project.
They have a really nice tap room.
Yes, they do.
Almost too nice.
What kind of money are you embezzling here?
I mean, like that, but yeah, I guess, yeah, a little bit.
You're just selling beer? Come on. Yeah. That's what I would say. All right, are we gonna get started with the first one?
Yeah, I just wanted to look up grand opening, October 31st, 2018.
Okay, so yeah, relatively new.
Their grand opening,
just over 2 years old.
Yeah,
happy 2-year birthday.
There you go.
Or 2-year anniversary. I guess that's really
yeah. Well, I mean,
they weren't born.
Yeah.
Maybe they were. I don't know. Came out of like another brewery.
Brewery's womb, like I don't know, covered in fluid.
Yeah.
Like,
covered in yeast.
It's gonna take so much to clean it all up. Anyway, okay. What are we drinking first?
So the first one is When All Hellas Break Loose.
Yeah. Okay.
Breaks loose. Sorry. It's a Hellas lager with Citra Noble hops. Ooh, I love Citra. 4.5 ABV. This beer is 16 fluid ounces.
Yeah. Oh, fluid. Oh, okay. That's good.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Spray me in the eye. All right.
That is light.
Yeah.
Miller Lite. Almost.
It is very like, I can almost see you. No, I can't.
Which Hellas is German for light.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And Dunkel is German for dark.
Oh, hopefully I have a Dunkel skin baby.
We all hope for that. Yeah. All right, let's see.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Good aroma.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, yeah. So what are the kind of characteristics I'm looking for in a Hellas?
light beer flavor.
Yeah. Is it a lagered beer?
Yeah, it is lagered.
Okay. Well, I think
So
it's
it's gonna
Helles
be-
lager.
Yeah. So it's going to be light.
Right. Yeah.
This one I find is a little bit too bitter for my liking.
I thought I got a little bit of bitter, but I need to kind of cleanse my palate and get another taste.
It's not bad or anything, but
I taste the bitter. It's short-lived bitter, but yeah, there is definitely like almost I guess that's a malty kind of aftertaste that's staying there.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice aftertaste for
The
sure.
thing is, Citra is supposed to have a citric
Right.
flavor.
I'm not really
I
getting a
don't
lot
get
of
that.
citrus. Yeah.
Also, this says Citra Noble Hops, which it should be Citra and Noble Hops. I don't know.
Oh,
Unless there's some
okay.
new form of Citra that is a noble hop.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Because noble hops means like it's like original hops from like old country.
Yeah, old world hops.
Old world hops. Yeah.
German hops.
Yeah. So, but Citra's a U.S. hop.
It is. Yes, it is.
Interest. Maybe now we're calling like our main
No.
American hops noble. I don't know.
Germany would not like that.
I'm gonna fucking invade Germany. I don't care about the Rhine-Heske boat. Fuck the Rhine-Heske boat.
Yeah, Celestial's trying to do something here.
I don't know. Maybe they are.
When all Hellas breaks loose, how is that Celestial in terms of naming?
I don't know. It's just
Hell?
Hillis.
Interesting.
Stuff happens
Stuff happens. That's true.
when you're doing science.
You never know. Like you think you're going on a space trip and then you end up in another dimension.
When all Hellas breaks
Yeah.
loose.
And you're like pushing blinds on your daughter's room. Like, what are you doing?
To save the world. All of this is one little girl's bedroom every moment. It's
So confusing.
It's infinitely complex.
Referring to.
But, I mean, he was in the same space,
It's true.
but in different dimension.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I was really upset with that movie. I was looking forward to it. It had Academy Award winning Matthew McConaughey. And it just
Future governor,
future governor.
Academy Award winner, Matthew McConaughey.
My wife is listening to his book on audiobook.
Oh,
right now.
yeah?
Yeah. It just sounds like him talking about his life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what you're going to learn from it,
Oh.
but I guess I've never been a biography reader. Reader.
Yeah. I watched Time to Kill last night or the night before. Never seen it before.
Is that one of his movies?
It was very early in his career. It was with Samuel Jackson and Sandy Bullocks, and Samuel Jackson is on trial, and he says,
Did you say
Yes.
Sandy Bullocks?
"Yeah,
Okay.
yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell." And I was kind of just watching it just to see that part because
Yeah.
I'd never seen it, and I was like, and when that happened, I was like, "Oh man, that's awesome!
Yeah.
It's so funny." Well, I mean, it's not supposed to be funny, but
Right. But yeah.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
Interesting.
It was a hit of its time.
Right.
So
Kind of like I don't have a good description. Never mind. We'll move on from that comment. No. So this is, I mean, it's, I'm getting the bitter that you're referring to.
yeah,
Having had this beer, I think if someone had it and offered it to me, I would take it.
yeah,
I don't know that I would order it
yeah. Me neither.
or buy it,
Yeah,
shall I say.
yeah. If it were just a little less bitter,
Yeah.
I think it would be phenomenal.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Helles is one of my least favorite types of beers.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't usually get a lot. Maybe I haven't had a good Helles.
yeah. I mean, there's generally not a lot to get from a Helles, I guess. It's just a light lager.
Right.
It's supposed to be even lighter than the pills, which I guess it's pretty light.
Yeah. It looks light. Is that what Miller Lite's supposed to be? Like a Helles?
No, it's a pills.
It's a Pils. That's right.
Yeah.
Are any of those main brands supposed to be like Helles style, or are they all just Pilsners?
No, I think a couple of them make a Helles,
I see.
but no.
Yeah. So Coors Light. Bud Light, they're all
those
Pilsners.
Those are pills. Yeah.
Okay.
All Pilsners.
Yeah. And like poor Pilsners at that.
Oh, I mean, they sell a lot.
Okay. I get where you're going there, but I'm just saying my taste buds in the Pilsners I've had.
Yeah, you're not going to want to drink it. Yeah, there's better tasting.
Yeah. It's
Native Texan. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Martin House Pills.
Scrimshaw. I love a good Scrimshaw.
Oh, yeah. North Coast.
Yeah.
Although that's not Texas. So,
which takes down the taste, quality for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's a lower quality.
I've had a hard time. There's been some other beer podcasts that I've kind of started listening to. I won't name them.
What?
And when they refer to Texas, like it's kind of almost a joke in terms of beer.
Yeah,
that really pisses me off because I've had beer from all over the place, and I'm not going to try to say that I'm like this beer savant that's had all this kind of beer.
Yeah,
I've had some of the best beers I've ever had in Texas.
Yeah,
and including like my favorite barrel aged stout is in Texas. My favorite.
What's that barrel aged stout?
I love the Temperature's barrel aged.
Okay,
I have not.
I thought that's what it.
I have yet to have one that I think compares my favorite
Big Butt
Pilsners here. What,
BBT.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Ooh. Or is it Big Booty or Big Butt?
That's up to your discretion.
Right. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to say Big Butt, it's kind of like, oh, Big Butt. But Big Booty, like, dang.
Yeah,
I get
it. I get it. Okay. Different connotation there. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
No,
but,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. But just to go back, some of the podcasts, they're in Texas, but they're not necessarily. Yeah, they're not necessarily like they're talking about beers from other places, which is fine. There's great beers all over the world, all over the country.
I mean, we just drank one.
Well, we just drank one from Belgium. Sorry, yeah. And I've had really good beers from California, really good beers from Georgia, really good beers from Colorado. Obviously, not Minnesota, but
like
Michigan.
Minnetonka? Oh.
Milwaukee.
That's good.
I mean, some of my favorite breweries are in Michigan. I love Bell's.
Oh, yeah. No, they make great stuff.
Great stuff. And then I love
Oberon is very nice.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. And I don't like a lot of weeds.
No.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is like, it's kind of like, I don't know, been kind of annoying to me to hear these podcasters kind of putting down like the Texas beers.
I mean, I could understand if you're not from Texas, not in Texas, but if you're in Texas,
I don't know.
I mean, Oprah got sued for less, so you better watch out. You just better watch out.
Not to go off the Celestial topic too much more, but there's one of my favorite radio host duos, sports radio host duos.
Bill Simmons?
I like my sports radio. Local. In
Colin Cowherd.
In Dallas. Nope. Do not mention Colin Cowherd's name in my house.
The Herd.
Shannon
Sharp.
Ugh. He just went on a rant, by the way. I'm not even going to go into that. But anyway, they Ben and Skin is what their show is called. And they were on the ESPN radio, and then they were on The Fan in Dallas, 105.3 The Fan, which was, I think that's a CBS affiliate. And they've been on others too, but now they're on just a regular radio station, but they have like a mixed music / sports show. Oh. But they opened up a brewery.
Oh.
They suddenly got into brewing, and they opened up a brewery. Off the top of my head, it's slipping my mind what the name of it is, but looks like they make some good beers. I like to go check them out. And they're up in Light Farms. Light Farms. It's somewhere north Dallas that they live. Some like preppy middle class, like neighborhood, which I live in a middle class neighborhood, but it's not preppy, goddammit.
Well, and it's Fort Worth. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we funky. Funky BBT.
Roller Town.
There, you did that so fast.
And Salina. Yeah, not Selena.
Yeah, sorry.
That would be with an S.
Sorry, you're right. So Salina, and you said on the border of Salina and something else is where their neighborhood lives, and they moved up there, and they, of course, like when you're a radio host, you have your sponsors.
Yeah.
So their neighborhood was their sponsor. Light Farms is the subdivision or something that they live in.
Salina and Prosper.
That's what it is. Exactly.
Just north of Frisco.
Exactly.
They're so close to that IKEA.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know why I said like IKEA is delicious. Though every
Some
time we go to
meatballs.
IKEA, Michelle wants to eat there, and I'm like, there's regular restaurants, like just outside of here.
but this is $1. It's hot dogs are
Yeah,
$1.
I haven't had it, so
I haven't
don't
had
know.
their pizza's not bad. I mean, it's just like frozen stuff,
Yeah,
but
it's like school pizza. Like school pizza was
better
good.
than school pizza.
Yeah,
I don't know.
School pizza was good, especially when it had those little square pepperonis.
Ugh,
You didn't
those
like those?
those are the worst. Those
Yeah.
are the reasons I can't buy a frozen pepperoni pizza because they always put in those square ones.
You don't like this?
It's like you don't see them. They're
inside the cheese.
they're under there in the sauce. It's like, what? Why? It's not enough pepperoni. Just give me the slices.
Yeah, I don't think you can ever have too much pepperoni.
I don't know. They're just too thick.
Oh, I see.
They're not like a slice of pepperoni gets
THICC thick.
No, not like booty.
Okay.
No, but it's like the slice gets cooked pretty good,
Right.
but that little cube,
Oh, I see. It's more
it doesn't
chewy.
get
Yeah.
that toast to it.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. I don't know. Like I mean, school pizza was no like steak finger sandwich.
Yeah, we didn't have that. I mean,
I didn't
I
either.
think maybe in high school in the other line, but I was thinking about it the other day, and
I don't
if-
remember a
if-
steak finger sandwich either.
no, if I went back in time in my younger self, how would I deal with elementary school food? Because at the time, that square pizza was the shit.
Yeah, I was so excited.
But now,
yeah,
I don't know. Going back,
yeah.
could I eat that? I don't know.
I don't know.
What?
It's like I used to love when I was in high school. We had like a regular line and then what
Yeah.
we called the snack line.
Yeah.
And I always went to the snack line.
Oh, yeah.
I got the burger
Mhm.
and I got the fries, and I got extra salt
French fries and pizza.
and I got some ranch.
Oh yeah.
And then that's what I had every single day. And I never gained a pound. It's amazing. And it was so delicious to me.
115.
115. But yet, like how good the burgers I've had in my life, in this life, I can't imagine.
Now you know. Now it's like Pandora's box, man. You can't close it. Can't put the candy back in the wrapper.
I can't go back to a school burger knowing what's out there.
Can't shove that baby back up in there.
Never do that. Oh. So, it's a smooth beer. This Helles is a smooth beer.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is that bitterness.
It's infinitely complex.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's really good. But I don't think I can give it a 1.
No?
No.
No, I'm not going to give it a 1 either.
No.
I'm going to agree with you. There's certain things, a lot of people say like there's certain things like whiskey or red wine that no one is going to be conditioned to like when they first try it.
Yeah.
So
I think
they have to like develop that taste,
Yeah.
profile for that. Bittering is another one of those things.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think that I can ever get there because I love a good whiskey and I love a good red wine. I've had so many beers that were like overly bitter. I can't. It's just not something I look for.
Well, hopefully the other ones aren't, though. This doesn't bode well because I thought the Helles would be free of pretty much all bitterness.
Yeah.
But and the rest are.
Well, it must
I
be
think
those
the rest-
Citra Noble hops.
The next 4 are IPAs, so
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
we will see.
If you are a fan favorite of Chance, on my trading card that I am not a fan of.
Man, we
IPAs.
need to get those.
That would be kind of a cool thing. Little trading cards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Before we move on, from their description, this Helles is. I probably should have read this first, but Helles is brewed with Citra Noble hops. It's light, crushable, and perfect for getting through our current times. All right, that's it.
Okay. It is light. It's got a crisp flavor. It's got a nice malty aftertaste. I don't expect to have a bitter flavor profile. I'm in a Helles, and
Yeah, that
I
was
don't know.
weird.
I just
Also, this
can't
description
say-
says Citra Noble hops as well. Which
yeah, this is
I
interesting.
haven't seen American Noble hops. Oh,
Yeah,
Yakima Chief hops has American Noble hops, which are Amarillo, Cascade, Citra, Laurel, Mosaic, Palisade, and Simcoe. So I guess these are different than the traditional. Weird. I would really prefer Citra to a Citra Noble hop,
yeah.
because these are low alpha acids and high aromatics, retaining regional hop characteristics that make them unique to America's Pacific Northwest. That just all sounds bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, but
I was saying, I don't think that I could. I don't like to revert. I'm not going to give it a 0.
okay,
I'm going to give it a 1.
okay,
Because I would drink it again.
yeah, I would drink it, but
I wouldn't buy
I
it.
wouldn't want it. I wouldn't buy it. So
It wouldn't turn me off, but I'm definitely not going to pick it over other beers.
yeah,
when I
if
buy it.
somebody had it and they had only this,
Yeah.
actually, I don't know.
So I think we talked about it on a previous podcast about how our rating should really be like how we determine, personally.
I suppose.
I don't know that it has to be like this uniform, like standard. What are we like?
How are people going to know then?
It's true. Well,
But yeah, I mean, it's.
I think
You can qualify your rating if all you want.
So the way I qualify it is if I would drink it again, or I would say no to
Okay,
it.
yeah.
And I wouldn't necessarily say no to this beer if that was all that was there.
Yeah.
I'll caveat it with that. Yeah. So I'll give it a 1. It's no, I'm gonna give it a 0.
Okay.
It's
All
not,
this talking
it's not a 0.
to just-
It's not a Helles to me, or at least it's not what I'm expecting from a Helles.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna give it a 0. Celestial, let's try again.
Okay. So what did you pick out?
So I picked out the can that was not in the
Oh yeah, in the 4-pack.
the 4-pack because it was easy to grab.
I don't know why they even put the 4-pack.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I know. If you couldn't do it. So this one is called One Giant Leap, which definitely is in line with their Celestial naming profile. It's got a picture of a astronaut, but then there's like stuff going through his face. It's an 8% ABV. It's a double IPA hopped. That's a weird description.
Yeah, that seems weird to write it that way.
A double IPA hopped with L.
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, it's hopped with. Okay. I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
It's a double IPA.
Double IPA.
It's a double IPA that's hopped with Ella and El Dorado.
Yes.
Is it Ella? Because in Spanish, 2 L's makes it. Oh, sorry. Ella. Ella hops, which I had never heard of Ella
those
hops.
Those are Australian, I believe.
Oh, okay. And then El Dorado.
Yeah, it's not Australian.
Okay. Ooh, it is
Don't
fragrant.
smell it first. Yeah, these are Australian
I
Ella
see.
hops. So most of your New World hops, which are going to be Australian and New Zealand, going to be very fruity.
Okay. United States is no longer the New World.
No, these are newer world.
I definitely get the hop smell out of it, which, I love a good,
When you say hop smell, what do you mean?
I don't know, it smells like hops.
Okay.
It's very kind of,
Vegetal
yes.
or
maybe there's,
like plant matter?
yeah,
Or-
it's kind of, it's very like,
yeah. No, I okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that is hop. Yes.
it's very planty. It's very kind
Yes.
of,
It's infinitely complex.
And when you're using a lot of hops, that's a
Yeah.
concern. It's going to happen.
it does give me the piney, like smell to it a little bit.
It does. It does.
Yeah. Which is not a flavor profile I tend to like.
No,
in beers.
I believe the Ella has some pininess to it. I believe that's why I've never used it. There's something about Ella changing character depending on how it's utilized. It displays spicy floral character like star anise. And I don't know. I've never known how to say that. Using greater quantities or dry hopping, it holds its own with any robust malt and conveys a decidedly tropical and grapefruit flavor.
Okay. So it's a double.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a boozy beer. Well, 8% is
8%.
not that bad.
I mean, yeah, and it's half.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
8 ounces. 8%, 8 ounces. It's all right. No.
Nope. Well, that's my first.
Yeah.
That's my first drink. It's almost.
I'm not. No. I'm not saying it's great or anything.
There's something almost like earthy
Yeah.
or mushroomy,
Oh man.
which is not gonna be what I want.
What about those cubed mushrooms?
I don't care what mushroom you put in front of me. I'm gonna fucking burn it to the ground.
Oh, roasted mushrooms. Yum. It's not great. I don't know.
It's just whatever the hops are doing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting.
Well, yeah.
Which I guess that's what
It's
you're
going to
doing.
happen.
It's not bitter. Well, no, it is very bitter.
Yeah, it is.
It's very bitter,
Your
actually.
bitterness there.
It's infinitely complex.
I guess that's what's hitting me, and it won't leave my mouth.
Yeah.
Again, I always like to caveat these negative
I don't think you know if that's. I don't know why you keep using that word like that.
What? Maybe. Okay. I always want to clarify
There you go.
on my negative. What I was meaning to say, I think, was like I want to add this caveat, which
Yeah,
I
there you
didn't-
go.
I didn't-
Caveat's a noun, and you're using it as a verb.
yeah.
Like,
Sorry.
oh,
I'm sorry.
it's just
Just leave that in, and people can make fun of me. Call me and let me know.
yeah.
what you
Call
feel.
in.
555 beer. That'd be a great number. 512-800 beer. So I want to just clarify, when I have a negative reaction to IPA, I don't want to say that it's a bad beer.
Yeah.
I have a hard time doing that.
No, yeah. No, to you, it's bad.
To
You don't
me,
like
it is because
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of bitter.
And that's what we're
And
doing.
I don't like a lot of piney, and I
personal
feel like that's what
preference.
I'm getting, and so that's just kind of something that I like to just put that out there.
Yeah.
It seems like a well balanced beer in terms
suppose.
of whatever, but it's too bitter for me, and I haven't been able to obtain that bitter flavor.
Drink it fast, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, you haven't developed the appreciation for a bitter beer. I don't know.
which it's funny. I like an English style bitter.
Yeah, well, that's not bitter.
Which is weird to me. So I guess I don't like bitters.
No,
I hate when they add bitters to my mixed drink. That's the worst thing. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to add some bitters. Like, fuck you, motherfucker. Do not add bitters to my drink. Just ignore that part. Why? Why do people like bitter?
that's because it offsets the sweetness. Otherwise, it's just a sweet, cloying mess.
I guess that's true. I mean, that's a good point there.
But to this degree, it's
It's just all bitter to me.
yeah, no.
I see what you're.
But a good balance.
Right. A good
Is-
balance. I guess.
yeah.
I guess bittering does offset sweetness.
Yes.
That makes sense. Right.
So, One Giant Leap is the third beer they ever brewed there at Celestial. It's a super juicy, delicious, some would say delicious, balanced double IPA packed with Ella and Eldorado. Beer is a perfect moment of pine meeting watermelon. The flavors are full of super fruity tangerine sugared candy. We used English malt, which gives a full body sweetness to balance out the hops, which that's not what that says, and a more orange hue. We all agree that it's more refined and more juicy than the first time they brewed it, and went more heavy duty on the Eldorado than the Ella this round. Hence the thick watermelon flavors.
Where's the watermelon?
Well, there are many parts of the watermelon. So maybe
Did they use
just the rind.
The rind? Yeah.
That is a watermelon flavor.
We just ground up the seeds of a watermelon, poured that in there.
Yeah. Like commercial places that do purees for breweries and large places, they just throw this shit in there.
Right.
They don't, take off the rind and stuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
They just throw it in there.
Yeah. So maybe it is right. Can we try?
But you're still,
I know.
and plus, this is not flavor from watermelons. This is flavor from hops.
Right. That's supposed to give you this watermelon feel. But I'm not getting any watermelon. It's all pine.
Maybe deep down in there, but yeah.
I'm going to really focus on this next sip.
Yeah.
Don't watch me while I focus.
I can't focus if you watch me. But yeah, I took a big drink, and I think I might have tasted a little bit in there. The thing is, watermelon's subtle, and this bitterness is not.
I'm just getting mushroom. And I don't know if I'm supposed to get that. And maybe I'm just applying all bad taste to mushrooms.
Yeah.
But
should be applying it to cauliflower.
I'm just getting a lot of like earthiness out of it and pine. And I just, no. I feel like if there was some type of sweet fruit to offset that this could be good, because I do like hop forward beers.
Yeah.
I do like hop forward beers.
Yeah.
I feel like this is bitter forward.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, not this kind of hoppy.
Yeah. And thanks to 3 beers in, I can now determine or decipher something that is hoppy versus something that's bitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I've had enough bitter IPAs to develop like an appreciation for it. But I just haven't done it yet.
Nah.
Cutter has. Has he? Yes, I feel like he seems to be the one that likes IPAs more than anyone else.
Yeah, he does.
And it just seems like it's overwhelmed with hops, and so what is I know that you seem to like really know like your opinion of different hops. What is your opinion of El Dorado and Ella?
I like El Dorado because it'll give you like depending on how you use it, it'll give you like a candied fruit flavor. Almost like Jolly Ranchers.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, which if it's used properly. But
and you said you don't use Ella very often.
No, Ella because it's got a spicy quality to it. And grapefruit, which anything that says grapefruit, it's just like, no thanks. I just steer clear of it.
Do you like grapefruits?
No, I hate
grapefruits.
Thank
you. All right.
And I find that a lot when it says citrus in like an IPA.
It's more grapefruit than anything. Yeah. It's like of all the citrus flavors you can use.
Bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime I've seen someone like eat a grapefruit, I've almost like ceased to live. Like it's like the flavor, the smell just gets to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
However, if you do have a good bitter palate and an appreciation for it, there's definitely like a sweetness that is coming from the bitterness of this beer. So in that sense, I would agree that it would be balanced because I can taste a sweetness in there.
Yeah.
It's just not my kind of sweetness.
Yeah.
So the reason that I keep referencing mushrooms is mushrooms have a sweet quality to them in terms of like the unearthly darkness to them.
Okay.
And I get that same kind of flavor profile from like this type of bitterness. And for me, it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
But if you do like that, this might be a beer that you would really enjoy.
Yeah. I feel that people that really like IPAs are going to like this, but
yeah.
I don't know. I'm finished and it's a 0 for me.
I'm going to have to say 0 on this one too. So we've got 2 zeros each on Celestial.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Back? I don't know.
Baby, come back. And you finished yours. I still got another swallow or two.
Yeah, a couple. Oh, got another one. You didn't like it though. No, it's
oh god.
Okay,
I'm gonna die.
It's not. It's not that bad.
No, I think that they hit what they were wanting to on this beer.
Yeah,
and there's definitely an audience for that. For me,
oh yeah,
it's going to be a no.
It's those people that like the Cosmic Slaughter.
Yeah,
from
Brutal
or their other IPAs that are just they had a couple good ones, but
so that big like gulp that I just took to rid this terribleness from my life really like on the back of my tongue is just bitter.
Yeah,
it's just full of like
I still get the bitterness.
It's like if I ate grass.
Okay, yeah, grass is bitter. Yeah. Okay, I get you.
And I've eaten plenty of grass in my life.
I mean, when I got here, you were back there munching on that grass. But
let's move on to the next beer. All right.
Yes, hopefully better. All right, so This is Double Stars with Vic's Secret and Idaho 7, which, depending on how you use Idaho 7, it's also a double IPA with raw, malted, and flaked wheat.
Oof.
Which that's weird that you would use 3 kinds of wheat. Store this beer right side up. Drink this beer fresh. Share this beer with an earthling whom you love. Recycle this beer can to save our planet. All right. Well, I guess I'll share this with you, Chance.
Well, that's funny because the
Love
other
you, man.
beers didn't have like a cool. I love you too. Love you, Bro Namath.
I mean, you didn't have to say it back, but thank you.
I just wanted the caveat, and I'm just kidding.
It's not the proper use. I might have taken too much.
So I wonder if this beer could possibly be better just because they put more words on their description. Because the other
Yeah.
beers don't really have a description.
Yeah. It's an interesting can. Rabbits and rams. Ugly rabbits, though.
The jackrabbits.
Not skinny like that.
Yeah,
but
they have longer ears.
yeah. Although depending on the season, jackrabbit will be fat
Right.
because if it's winter, they'll get their winter coat. Specific form of animal, I think, does that. But they have a name for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not. It doesn't have as much of that vegetal piney hop smell, but it's there. I get maybe a little bit more fruit.
Definitely more fruit.
Yeah.
Earthy, fruity.
On the nose.
Yeah.
All
right.
Taste it, yeah. It's all right.
I like it.
It's better.
I like this one so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I
wouldn't say I love it.
Right. No, for sure. Maybe, like so it's 8% ABV. I think you said that.
Oh, I didn't say that. Did I? I don't know.
All the different types of wheat. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm getting like, ooh, that's good. Oh, I like it.
Yeah, you got,
Oh, I
got
like
a
this
good one. Good part.
Yeah.
All right. Double Stars approaches the malt base with a slight twist. Instead of using just oats and wheat, we focus on 3 kinds of wheat to give the beer more of a velvety and fluffy body. It's brewed with malted wheat, raw wheat, and flaked wheat, as we said, hopped with the same hops as Cerberus, which we don't have that one. They didn't have that one. Same hops as Cerberus being Idaho 7 and Vic's Secret, but at a lower charge. This beer is slightly more viscous with loads of body and a complex aroma
It's infinitely complex.
of dank pineapple and mango that explodes out of the can glass ass. No, they didn't write that last.
Okay.
They didn't say ass.
Yeah. It's so for me, I'm going to try to, so the hop, I'm getting a very sharp, like it's more definitely
I get
more
the sharpness.
floral or piney. You can throw piney in there, but I'm not getting a lot of bitter out of it.
Yeah.
And
I think you'll get the piney from the Idaho 7.
Yeah. I'm not getting a lot of bitter out of it. It feels really balanced and smooth to me. This is what I want in an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
And this is good. This is a good bounce back.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is good enough to replace the first 2 beers. Like, this is good.
Okay.
I'd order this, and it's a double.
Yeah.
So I can drink like
And you
one
like-
or 2
yeah,
of these.
You like
and
that. You don't want to drink a whole lot. You
Yeah.
want one and just feeling good.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I can sip on this. It's got a nice taste to it. It wakens me up, and I'll get a good buzz from it, I think. 8%.
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
I'm at this point in my life that I drink a good amount of beer, but not a lot at one time.
Yeah.
To where 8% will get me a good buzz.
I'd say when I think of hazy IPAs, this is pretty much what I think of.
Yeah, this kind of gives me a hazy idea.
I mean, it is hazy.
It is a hazy? Okay.
These are, I think these are all hazies.
Yeah, that first one gave me a West Coast feeling.
I mean, you
though.
see, but you look at it and it's, well, I mean, that's just because of the
bitterness. Yeah, that's true.
Basically. But no, these are all hazy New England styles.
Okay.
But
yeah, I mean, I like this one a lot. It definitely just kind of like perks you up.
Yeah.
In a weird way, because it's got the sharpness in the flavor. of the pine or the floral.
Yeah, but it's got a good body.
Yeah.
It's fluffy, as they say.
I'm gonna give this one a
Gabriel
1.
Iglesias would call this a
Floofy.
fluffy.
Oh, okay.
Have you not? No, he was a comedian.
Oh, I thought Gabriel Iglesias was Enrique Iglesias' father. No, that's Julio Iglesias. Sorry, wrong Iglesias.
They're cousins. So
Really?
no,
I don't know. I don't know why I fell into that.
Everybody with the last name Iglesias.
You're related to each other.
All million of them are. All right. So
Don't marry another Iglesias if you're an Iglesias.
Careful. So Celestial, I mean, you wouldn't have to change your last name. Anyway, whatever.
True.
At Celestial Beerworks, they believe that beer should be consumed in its freshest state. They have a heavy focus on the hop-forward, approachable, complex styles, which, of course, IPA you want to consume
right
as fresh as possible.
Exactly.
Otherwise, flavors will fade. While they enjoy brewing all styles of beer, they have to admit they have a borderline unhealthy obsession with hops. They love the dichotomy that hops present, from the intense aromatics of new age breeds to the nuance of noble hops. Celestial Beerworks vows to never serve a beer that does not adhere to their highest standards. You'll never taste a beer that does not manifest the brewer's exact intention. Essentially, we live by the mantra, haze for days. And they think that visiting a tap room should be an experience. This experience combines their 3 favorite things: art, science, and delicious fresh beer. Yeah. Their tap room is, it's kind of like that. I hope, though, I mean, it's kind of sparse right now because you can't really pack it in there. And it's kind of small. It's pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
It's under an overpass as well. So, something. There's a freeway going over.
It's under the bridge.
Yeah, there you go. That's where all his friends are. No, I don't remember. I don't know. They hope,
Californication.
there you go. Southern girl with skylit draw. They hope that each visit takes you to another planet, a very colorful, tasty one. They love hops, they love design, they love space, and they would love for you to come by and have a beer with them. Cheers and drink galactically.
So
That's pretty cool.
That I like that description.
Yeah.
It's really intricate and descriptive. And
I want that to be what our brewery is like, sort of, pretty much. The overall philosophy.
Yeah, I think that
Design and delicious beer.
Yeah.
And art.
I think it'd be cool to like come into like a cool place to drink beer and be able to like have that atmosphere while you're hanging out.
Oh yeah, everybody wants that.
Yeah. Man, I really like this one.
Yeah.
It's just it fills the mouth with the floral taste and and it's good. This is the type of hoppy like taste that I am down for. There's not many that I am in for, but I think it's because I think I've recharacterized hoppy flavors with bitter flavors. And so I don't get any bitterness out of it. It's very light and crisp.
I get plenty of bitterness.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but it's not
maybe
not an off-putting level.
I see. Yeah.
Though I don't enjoy it as much as you do.
I'm not able to like peg any specific floral flavor.
Yeah. I also
it's just-
don't like floral.
Oh, okay.
So,
I do love floral. So are you not a
That's
Saison
why
fan?
that's why I don't. I like saisons,
That's
but
floral.
the fruitier,
Oh, I see
No.
what you're saying. Okay.
spicier.
Yeah.
But the floral, no. That's the reason I don't like honey either.
That makes
Very,
sense.
very floral.
Honey.
Gross.
Where is a IPA with honey? Has anyone done that yet?
I haven't seen one, but I would. I don't see why you wouldn't, because that would just raise the ABV, and that's what people that are drinking IPAs are looking for. They want that high ABV.
Yeah, that's true. True that, BBT.
So it'd be just like adding sugar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you let it ferment out completely.
So I finished mine.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's a little bit like slobber. This is my first one for Celestial, and it's a resounding one. I think it's very good.
Yeah.
And I give it a resounding one because I don't typically like any IPAs, as I've said multiple times.
Yeah.
On many episodes of this podcast.
Yeah.
But this one's really good. It's what I would expect from an IPA that I would like. It's got all the characters I like. It's it's floral, it's hoppy, it's crisp, it's smooth, it's balanced. I'm in.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like Incubus. They ask you if you're in, and I'm in.
That must have been Morning View.
Yes, and that's the worst song from that album, by the way.
That's pretty bad because that whole album is.
You can go suck it, Ross. That's a good album.
Oh, no.
Mexico, that is a great song.
I hated that album. I was like, what the hell is this? 'Cause I was really I was way too into Incubus with Make Yourself. And then they came out with the Morning View, and I was like, what?
See, Make
What
Yourself is a bunch of the same song to me.
Same good song. Actually, not anymore. Not anymore. I wouldn't say they're good songs now. But
Incubus is not a lasting. I don't think a lot of their songs are lasting as much. But it's weird because there's a lot of bands that I don't think hold up to the test of time, except for maybe like an album. So for me, when it comes to Incubus, Morning View, I can still listen to. Third Eye Blind, I can still listen to that first album.
Deja Entendu.
That's a great brand new album.
Yes.
I can listen to it still.
Deviling God or Fighting Inside, Battling Inside Me.
Yeah,
Fighting
that
Inside
one's
Me.
okay. I didn't. That was okay to me when I started. There's
Yeah.
great songs on that one,
It takes a minute.
but there's also some songs I'm just like skip.
Daisy was really good.
Daisy's
It was
really good.
Very, very
Jesus
different.
is an amazing song.
That's in The God and Devil.
Right. Oh, okay. So you're going.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a
But
great song.
Daisy was the next one, the one after that.
Oh, you know what? It was good, and I was thinking about that the other day too. How different that album was, and how great it was.
Yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And I was like, wow, is this even the same band? It's like very different, very tone and just the way they play even.
And it doesn't have any like played airtime on anything.
No.
And the thing about Daisy, I was just saying, I was thinking about Daisy the other day, and I was like, I need to go back and listen to that album because I remember I loved that album.
There's good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good stuff on that.
Because I was disappointed by The Devil and God Inside Me or whatever that one's called.
Yeah, because
there's great songs on that album, but then there's a lot of just like skip songs.
The thing is, they recorded an album worth of stuff, and then it got stolen, and then somebody released that all on.
That's right.
On Napster, Aimster at that time, or LimeWire. I guess Kazaa at the time. The internet, but
Internet.
That's where they released it.
Internets.
And so Jesse Lacey and everybody went back into the studio and was like created this second album. Basically, I don't know if it was in protest to the people stealing it or whatnot, but it was, and since their record company has since released all the tracks that were stolen, which it's really good. That one's.
I need to go.
I think that one's better. I think that one's better. I got it. I bought it on cassette a while, like years and years ago.
Yeah.
But I also downloaded it at the same time because you buy the cassette and get the download. And so I was like, that's got really good stuff on it. Like 1996, that's a good song. And Brothers, but those are two very good songs. But yeah, so I'm done with my double stars.
Yeah. What are you going to give it?
I feel pressured. To give it a 1.
I'm not pressuring you.
Stop putting this pressure on me, man.
Just because I give it a 1 doesn't mean you have to.
I mean, I give it a 0 because if there was anything else, I would order. Well, let me caveat this. If it were between this and One Giant Leap, definitely this.
Right.
But if there was even something I hadn't tried, I'd order that instead of this.
Right. Okay. I think that if I saw this again on a shelf, I'd order it. 100%.
So
without a doubt.
I don't know if I said, but 0, I guess.
So, okay. So they 0, 0, 0, 0, and then this round 0, 1. So they are 1 for 6.
Yeah. Hey, Chance.
What's up, Ross? So we have another double IPA,
Okay.
the Apollo 11,
Oh,
which wasn't that the one that?
it went to the moon.
Okay, gotcha.
Supposedly.
Wait, supposedly or supposedly?
Did they go to the zoo? Supposedly?
Why was the flag moving?
They made it look that way.
Okay, all right. Another 8%. It's really great how 3 IPAs in a row, they got exactly 8% IPA.
Well,
or
that's what,
ABV.
I mean, that's what they're going for.
Okay.
Also, pretty similar recipes, probably.
Right.
Just different hops.
So this is a double IPA with El Dorado, Vic Secret,
Yeah.
and Mosaic.
Yeah.
All right, let's pop this motherfucker.
Okay.
So when I pop this can, it definitely got some fragrance.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. That's Mosaic if I ever.
I get a little orange juice from that, actually,
Yeah,
myself.
a little bit.
So they say Apollo 11 is a more standard approach on the New England style IPA. Brewed with loads of wheat and flaked oats, the aroma is loaded with stone fruit, pineapple, and citrus. It's juicy and crushable. Let's see. Yeah. You don't like it?
I don't. It's very piney.
A little bit.
Let me caveat that with another flavor. It's very bitter. I mean, there's 3 different hops in here.
It's infinitely complex.
There are.
But I guess that doesn't mean that there's a more amount of hop in this beer. There's just 3 different ones.
Yeah. I mean, there could be more of one than the other.
Right. This
All
we'll never
depending
know.
All depending on the recipe. Hop schedule.
It's very... You're right. There's a little bit of like orangey juice
I mean, you smell it. I don't
on the
taste
smell.
it.
I don't taste it.
at all.
I don't taste it. It's
Unfortunately.
it's really bitter.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
This is a 0. I'm gonna give it a 0 after 2 drinks because I know it's not gonna get any better.
Yeah.
Y'all looking for a nice overly bitter IPA? You'll enjoy it. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever stopped to wonder why we don't like these bitter IPAs?
Because it's just bitter, man.
Yeah. There's so many other cool flavor profiles out there.
Yeah.
And there's such a plethora of these bitter, hop forward IPAs.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like I've had this beer over and over again. Now, maybe this beer has a bitter profile or a hop profile that is unique from all other ones. I just don't have that
Not
flavor.
really.
I don't have that ability to catch that.
The thing is, I got every can that I could,
Right.
and 4 of the 6 that they had available are hazy IPAs.
Yeah. What are we doing? Like
As you mean, as a nation,
as a
society?
nation, I mean, we
The beer drinking nation?
we just got rid of Trump as president, and this is what we're still doing. I guess
on their menu they have 2 Berliner Weisses, which one wasn't canned, so I couldn't get it.
Okay.
Which sounded really good. A Scottish ale,
Ooh.
Helles,
Okay.
another sour, which I don't know what that one is. A spiced herb. Sorry, they did have a 7th, but it's a spiced herb beer with here. Let me tell you. Let me read the description of why, and you'll see why I didn't pick it up.
So the Scottish ale wasn't canned?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Brewed with the this is the side dish spiced beer. Brewed with the crew over at Martin House Brewing in Fort Worth, a true Thanksgiving treat. This 8% stovetop stuffing inspired ale with sage, onion, thyme, bay leaf, celery, salt, and cranberries. This beer is extremely flavorful and savory. It's the fluffiest because of the jam-packed wheat and rye malt bill.
That doesn't...
Yeah, no. I didn't want to drink that, so I was like, no.
I definitely respect Martin House for being a part of these types of beers.
Oh, also they have a stout, but I didn't think that would fit with a 10% stout.
Yeah.
And then the rest are hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
Let's see. 7 hazy IPAs.
Yeah, that's difficult. I don't know what to say with that, with those type of beers. Like what? Like it's just like.
I would think they'd be phenomenal if that's all you're making.
Right, and that's the thing that East Texas Brewing out in Tyler. It was just like a plethora. I keep using that word.
Yeah,
it was a variety of IPAs.
Yeah,
they all tasted the same to me. They were overly bitter. I was like, well,
do you have anything else?
Yeah,
please.
And they did not. They literally had nothing else. They had one Pilsner.
You can just say they had nothing else.
Literally. Once I put my. Anyway, yeah, it's difficult. This craft brewing, and I wonder. I don't believe this is just a Texas thing. Where you'll go into these breweries and you just get hit over with IPAs.
Yeah.
Because for work, I had to travel to California a lot. And when I would visit new breweries, that's what I still felt like I was encountering was more and more and more IPAs.
Yeah.
Just as, here's a double IPA with this hop. Here's another double IPA with these hops. Here's a triple IPA with these hops. I was like, God, can you guys, give me a Belgian or give me, a lager or give me a stout, give me a porter.
They'd have to buy a different yeast, man. Actually, stout and porter, they could use the same yeast.
Yeah, give me a sour
yeast.
So. Yeah, that was just. It's just deflating if you're not an IPA fan.
I would think, and personally, when we. If we open our own place,
that's what I was going to ask.
We'll have a variety of stuff.
Right.
We don't just want to have. Although, if that's what's selling, that's.
So it's also hard not to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people want to come in, and I've heard them in the breweries. I've heard people come in. What's your IPA?
I fucking hate that. Yeah.
We fucking said that in. Ladies and gentlemen, we did not rehearse that.
No.
What's your IPA?
I've spent plenty of time at breweries, at Hop Squad, mainly is probably where I spend most of my time now. And I just can't believe it. People come in and it's just like, what's your IPA? Motherfucker. Ugh. It's just,
do you see this Imperial Red Ale right here? Try that shit. You'll blow your mind.
Or just like, don't just try the IPA.
Yeah.
Just look at what they have and it's like, oh, that sounds good.
Do a flight.
Or if the IPA sounds good, do that. I don't know. It's like, I'm not saying you can't drink an IPA, but if IPA is your only thing, man, bruh. Let me put it in your terms. Bruh.
I feel like I did a lot. So one of my travels for work, I had to go to Mississippi. The supplier there. Nope, not a great beer town. No. Not a great. It was.
Well, I think they have really restrictive laws like Georgia used to have.
Right.
Georgia. They had until I think 2011. Georgia, you couldn't homebrew.
Wow.
Maybe it was later, but there's a pretty cool brewery out there. I can't remember the name of it, but they make us the Stop Work blonde, which is really good, really. And it's like blondes aren't amazing, but that one was really great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it's like the thing is these guys were breaking the law.
Breaking the law.
It's like, yeah, they have 10 years of brewing experience, home brewing. It's like, yeah. I was like,
doing that? Yeah.
But no, Mississippi.
No, so we were in Jackson, Mississippi. Yeah, I get there, which it started off good because they gave me a Dodge Charger. SRT.
Okay. Oh,
which I was like,
SRT.
yeah, it was like
Dang.
I felt cool.
Yeah.
But the problem was when I got to the supplier the next day,
Bruh.
my manager showed up in the exact same car, different color, and I was like, God damn it. Anyway,
That's all they had.
Just-
Just a
just-
fleet of Chargers.
how did we get all these? So,
Chargers and IPAs.
so we went out for dinner with this guy named Doug. He's older. He's retired. He's kind of a consultant with the company now.
Dougie
Doug. We did the Dougie, and then we went to this restaurant.
Okay. That sounds weird.
Yeah, I know. So it was a burger restaurant. It was kind of bougie for Jack's. Even for Fort Worth and Austin, it was bougie.
Bougie burger place. Is it like Hop Dotty? Just
Yeah,
like,
it was not as good as advertised
Yeah,
for
of
for the
course.
bouginess.
Of course not. Yeah.
It was good, but it wasn't. It wasn't like thanks. I paid $12 for this damn burger.
It's not like that place by TCU. I don't even remember the place.
Yeah, that's
Frank or it's got
Duchess.
Duchess.
That was good.
Oh, I was thinking the other place.
Fred's.
Fred's.
That's good. No, that's a hometown burger right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go into this
If
burger.
you're in the area.
Yeah, we go into this burger place, and so he's kind of a consultant over multiple suppliers, and he's on this trip with me. You know, I'm a junior. I'm still a junior, employee at this point, and he's like telling me, he's like, yeah, you're doing a great job and all this stuff, and then he's like, okay. And we've connected a little bit, and I've told him about the beer podcast and my interest in craft beer and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, I love a good IPA. So we get there, and he's like, so which IPA should I order? I was like, well, I see this really good. There was this really good looking stout that was there. There was a Hefeweizen that looked really good that was there. There was a lot of different beers. And so I spent like the next 30 minutes just like saying like, hey, there's more than IPAs. And it was good. But on a second beer he ordered IPA. Yeah. But that's what he knew. So and I remember I had to be on a trip with him later on, and I remember him asking the waitress, what's your IPA? It's weird. It's the exact same question. What's your IPA?
And the thing is I don't know what I hate most about that question. It's just like, what's your IPA? There's not a IPA. Most places have a few. And the thing is, in those IPAs, there are different IPAs. So, I mean, there's West Coast, there's East Coast, there's blended. If you want to get into it, there's English IPAs.
Yeah.
So just saying your IPA, it's like, well, we have 6 here. So
I mean, I think I remember at that first place in Mississippi, I think I ended up recommending him to try this, just a pale ale.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
And the pale. I love a good pale ale.
Yeah.
Like I can't really say that about an IPA. I mean, I love a good IPA, but I haven't really had a really good one.
You've hold on.
I've had good ones,
but you've had the electric jellyfish, right?
Son of a bitch. Yes, I have. This is not a good one.
It is not. Anyway,
this is reminiscent of the electric.
This is
jellyfish.
very reminiscent of electric jellyfish.
Actually, that I'm thinking of it,
this is a 0.
This has more body than the electric jellyfish, but
I would say that I feel
similar
though
hop flavor.
It's like super bitter forward.
Yeah,
the double stars. If you like that, go get this beer.
And plenty of people are going to like it.
Plenty of you will like it. I'm not saying that you're less people than me,
Michael.
But you probably are. But
I didn't want to say that.
I didn't want to say it, but I did say it. Actually, I did want to say it. So I'm gonna give this one a 0 as well.
Yeah. I'm not finished with mine because I have a little bit more, but
yeah,
I'm gonna give it a preemptive 0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna caveat that this I'm not finished.
How much are you enjoying those last gulps? You're not enjoying this.
It's better than the Giant Leap.
I'll give you that. It is better than one Giant Leap,
but it's still not. It's not very good.
No.
Yeah.
It's
It's
so
nothing
bitter.
I would order.
So like that bitterness never leaves my mouth.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
never leaves. So it doesn't necessarily like lead me to want to get another drink.
Yeah. And there are other notes in there, but I can't really taste them because of the bitter,
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm getting in this
Yeah.
beer.
which is sad because I'm sure there's a lot of other good stuff in there. Just I can't taste it because
Yeah,
of the
and there's
bitterness.
probably a lot of work to get this flavor.
Yes.
And there's definitely an audience for this flavor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just don't know. It's just not me.
I am not this. I am not the
And
audience.
it's funny that there is, I want to say that it's funny that there's an audience for this because I've met these people, but the majority of the people that I respect in terms of their beer opinions
Yeah.
don't like this beer. They wouldn't like this
Wouldn't like this. Okay.
beer.
Which it's strange because I've heard just good stuff about Celestial.
Yeah.
When we did that Dallas beer trip
Right.
on the train, get on the train and ride it.
Come on, ride a train. You read it.
Quad City DJs. Where did they go? What are they doing?
They did that one
know,
song and then
that's-
they,
I mean, they got
split
that
it
was
quad.
a hit. Yeah, there you go. All four went to different states, different cities, to the Quad Cities. But the thing is, that song was like 7 minutes long.
it was a long song. It was great in middle school.
It was mostly. It was just that.
You
over
were
and
just
over.
doing that same
Yeah.
train dance for
It
like
was like. It was like, I mean, that's enough. I guess that's enough of a hit. 7 minutes of that, and they were like, "All right, we're good."
well,
It's like CNC Music Factory.
Right.
They were like,
you have like hits and then you have dance hits.
"Yeah,
You know, there can be songs that are out there
yeah."
that are not good, but they're good dance songs. And
yeah.
so Quad City, Ride a Train from Quad City DJs.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
one of those songs.
That'll get you. Yeah, that'll get you moving.
Copperhead Road. Not a good song.
I don't know. What is that?
Steve Earle, Copperhead Road.
No,
Not a good song.
Yeah,
Great dance though.
yeah.
If you want to do that dance.
Boot scooting or
It's
two stepping.
it's a specific dance to that one. It's
Oh,
where you
I did not know.
kick and then you kick and then you do like a little floppy kick and then you do a stomp and then a stomp and then you turn.
Like you're stomping a copperhead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is actually probably pretty accurate.
Okay.
But yeah. I'll show you the dance later.
That's okay. Can't we just watch the near misses on planes colliding?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll watch Concorde takeoffs.
Oh, sweet. SST bitches. When are we going to get another hour flight to London? Come on.
Yeah. Where
New
are
York
we
to
with
London.
that?
People like
We've already
pe-
have teleportation and yet we can't do this.
people complaining about sonic booms. Fuck you. That's why you buy a house in the way of a near the airport.
Well, that's what I
is-
don't understand. Like, that's one of the main like this issues with people with that plane was the
Yeah,
sonic
sonic boom, yeah.
and it was like, shut up. I've got F-35s. 30 flies?
35's pulling Mach 10.
Yeah,
and
I mean-
you don't even nobody you don't feel it.
No, I hear it, but it's in the middle of the day. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sleep in the middle of the day.
Well,
It's
some
like,
people
come on,
are,
suck
but
it, man.
it's-
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, you guys,
but those people,
they know what they're going against.
Yeah.
they understand that
they got the blackout curtains and they got the BB guns to shoot
Yeah.
all the kids in the neighborhood
Yeah,
because
they-
they're just
they understand the predicament
fucking
they're
loud. Oh, jeez.
in. Children.
Oh,
Though I can't,
I've had to do it anyway.
I can't wait for my children. My one child.
Little Emmett, little 22,
Little Emmett or
Emmettina,
not Emmettina. It would be
Sylvia.
I am pushing
Silvio.
for Robin.
Oh, that's cool.
Little Robin
For a
girl.
okay,
For a
yeah,
girl.
better for a girl.
I don't have a problem with
it's-
Robin
it's-
for a boy,
no,
but I would prefer
It's-
Robin
yeah,
before a girl.
it's a better name for a girl.
Let's get the next one. Okay. So on to the second to last beer.
There we go.
Hop Creeps
Hop Creeps, yeah.
which it's got pictures of a lot of, I guess, creepy stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I read too much about this one because they didn't have this at Taps and Caps.
So it says Hop Creeps is a foggy, spooky triple IPA brewed with Strata, Galaxy, Citra,
all good,
Vic Secret, Ella, and Mosaic.
Too much.
There's 6 hops in this beer.
No, you'll find that in a lot of
10% ABV.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to drive you home. It's a collaborative brew between the Guys and Ghouls.
Oh yeah, no, you're reading it.
Yeah, of Turning Point Beer and Celestial Beerworks. So Turning Point, which I've heard a lot of good things about Turning Point.
Yeah, because your best friend lives in Bedford, right?
Who's my best friend?
Earthworm Jim.
Oh, he lives in North Richland Hills.
Timothy. Oh,
Turning Point's in there.
Bedford, isn't it?
Oh, I believe know that.
So. Yeah,
because I only thought that starts with an S. Brewing is there.
That's a weird name.
That's not starts with an S. The word starts with S. Sandra Brewing.
Shannon.
Right. Shannon.
No, is that Bedford?
No, it's in the area.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Brutal, of course.
Yeah, that's North Richland. That's NRH, bitch.
NRH, biatch.
Sorry, yeah, biatch. I should have said.
Yeah,
not bitch.
Come on, get it right. Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight.
Get it all night. What is that? A 16-ounce glass or what is? I don't even know.
I don't know.
They had a couple glasses. Well, actually, they only had 2 glasses available at Celestial. They had an 8-ounce, which I wanted, but it was $12.
Jeez. So, that's more than $1 per ounce.
Yeah. And then they had a shot glass, which was like $5. It was like, no.
Yeah.
You can't.
No one's taking a shot of beer.
Well, I mean, flight. Well, no. Oof. Well, we do beer shots. Actually, I did one most recently at Fourth Tap. Yeah, but I've done a lot of beer shots at Hop Squad. Oh. But it's where you get a flight glass full of whatever
beer, right?
And then you do a shot of that.
Take a shot of it.
And I've never been able to do a whole one. It's because it's just one either too cold or too carbonated. Yeah. And it's just like I gotta do it like in two gulps.
It's like Jaeger. When people want me to take a shot of Jaeger, it is so difficult for me to throw back a whole shot.
Yeah, especially if you
Jaeger bombs.
Fucking skank. How does I don't know if everybody knows that anymore, but there was a time where everybody knew that. It's like you could just say it. It's like how is that?
So the couple family that we've been playing Dungeons and Dragons with had not seen that before.
Oh, okay.
1 weekend ago.
So of course they
I had to show it to them. Yes.
You're that person. It's like and explaining shithead Steve to old couples in the airport. It's like they don't need to know.
I think they do.
Just because you're they don't need to know why you're laughing alone in the airport. Come on.
I gotta tell them
while you're drinking your IPA.
Yes. Sir, take a moment from your IPA and listen to this Instagram post. All right.
Okay. Well, it smells like an IPA.
Yeah. So when you say that,
not great.
There's a lot of pine.
Ooh. There's pine. There's fruit. There's a vegetal character. Yeah. Which
it's not very citrus to me.
One Giant Leap had it just smelled like straight hops. That's what you open a packet of hops. That's what that smelled like. You have to vocalize it, man. They can't see you crying over this. It's okay.
It's so much.
This one is. There's a bitey characteristic.
It hits you with the hop. Let me take another drink.
This one's not so bad, I don't think. It's not great, but it's smoother to me, I think.
It's a very sharpness.
There's a bit of sharpness, but to me this is. See, it's not something I want to drink, but this is much tamer, even though it's 10%, and that might be some of the sharpness. It might be an alcohol burn, maybe.
Yeah, so I definitely like Apollo 11 a lot better than this one.
Yeah.
It's just so floral to me.
So Hop Creeps. Oh, this is interesting. This is the one. Okay. All this stuff that you read, brewed in collaboration, Turning Point in Bedford, which it says Bedford here, so we can be sure. This beast is loaded with Strata, Galaxy, Citra, Mosaic, Ella, Vic Secret, Strata hot hash though, which is interesting because you can't get that now. You can only get it after they, pick it.
Right.
No, there's a term, whatever. But after they pick it and they're processing it into pellets, because that's what people use. They turn them into they dry them, turn them into pellets, and that's what you put in your beer. A hash is what, like, in the machine, when it's breaking them down and everything, it spits out excess or whatever. It's like any mill or grind, like when we're milling malts, there's flour all over the fucking thing because it grinds it up, but then there's stuff. So the hash is what they come in and they scrape it out of the mill and the grinder, and that's the hash, and that's like straight like oils and stuff, and it's just like I don't know how long they've been using it. I just heard about it this past year because Hop Squad has a hash smash that they use with Strata, because that YCH or YVH, Yakima Valley Hops, has started selling that now, but only during the season that they're making it, because now you can't get it because now there isn't anymore, because they're not making pellets now. Now they're just selling their inventory.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the hash. So this uses that for the Strata. And Strata, I like Strata. Even it's like I didn't think I would, but Strata's pretty good. It's more like a little bit herbal, fruity, more noble, sort of like a milder flavor, I'd say.
So this last drink was not so bad. It's taken me like 4 drinks to not get tears in my eyes from the bitterness.
See, I really don't think this one is as bitter.
Maybe it's no, you're right. It's not as bitter. It's just there's so much coming at me.
Maybe I can see that.
There's so much coming at me, and when you have a lot of coming at you, you might cry. I don't know. It's kind of, the last drink was not bad. It kind of reminds me.
I do get
Apollo 11, but
like a fiery bitterness or something like.
There's definitely a bitter in there that's
like
I don't like.
Just sort of, I don't know. But this also says Strata hash was used in the whirlpool to leave a tropical hop coating on your palate. Enjoy with a friendly ghost. So it's a lot of the beers said they try to leave the flavor lingering, but
they had to let it linger.
They've said, yeah, R.I.P. Maybe it was the Apollo 11, but a couple of them said like the fruitiness they wanted to, like I think the Apollo 11 had the pineapple and the mango fruitiness linger on your tongue. But I don't think it did. But that's what they were going for there.
Just the bitters lingering here for me.
Yeah.
I can't get past it. It's too much.
All right, Clint.
I'm going to give this one a 0.
What?
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting more bitterness now. Maybe it's just absorbing all of your bitterness. So it's
my emotional bitterness.
Yes.
Absorbing in the beer.
Yes.
It's such a work to finish one drink.
I understand.
I can't.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to stop doing just all IPA episodes. But
it's hard not to when you're wanting to like explore a brewery.
Exactly, and that's the thing. We were. It's like, when's the next time I'm going to go to Celestial?
Right.
And I was like, I should get everything they have on offer, which I wish I would have gotten their stout, but I didn't.
Let's throw a caveat in here and state we are not
That was the proper use.
as a podcast. I know. We are not as a podcast saying that these IPAs are bad.
No, we are not.
These are probably good IPAs for those who love IPAs. However, as human beings, we're much more advanced than those human beings that can only drink IPAs. Did I go too far? Did I get
I
a
don't
little
know
too...
if we could. I'll leave it in, but so I hate editing. But
I'm just saying, like, if you are a
I
fan of
understand,
IPAs, then this is your brewery, as far as I could tell, based on what Ross brought to me. But based on what they
could have driven next. No, it was a farther drive for you. Actually,
it's true.
It's probably an hour drive for you. Right?
Yeah,
longer if you take the train. Yeah. Which shouldn't trains be faster? What? I don't know.
Right.
Did you just go straight there?
It's actually about the same amount of time.
Yeah. But you just don't have to drive while you're on the train, so that's nice.
Because if I had time to, I forgot the words. I was trying to quote the song "Drive" from Incubus, and I completely forgot the words. But I don't know. Like I still want to visit Celestial. And try like their tap room and,
it's a cool
and everything.
Place, and they have a couple other things on tap that aren't canned.
And again, I think that they're probably making some pretty good balanced IPAs. I just don't like the IPAs.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and give them a 0 because
this is your summation. Wait, what are we doing?
I'm gonna give them a summation now. Okay. It's fine. I am not going to say that my 0s that I'm giving to beers say that these are bad beers.
No.
I just don't like IPAs.
Yeah. It's just, what is your 0 is you don't want to drink it again, or?
I would never drink it again.
Okay.
I wouldn't take it as an offering. I would drink water first.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to offer it to me as if I was a god.
I mean... No, that would be worse. And I was like, what the fuck?
This is what you think of me as your god?
It's like Cain offering vegetables. And it was like, no, I wanted rams. It's like Abel brought me all these animals to sacrifice.
And you brought me these like lame ass vegetables. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't care about the best of your crop.
If you really love me,
animals.
You would kill your brother. I don't think that God said that. According to the Bible, it didn't say that. But if I know God,
well, that God, old time God, old God, which was young God. At the
before
time.
He like figured out yoga,
had a kid, and mellowed out. Yeah.
I think that old God is not going to put up with that shit.
Oh, no.
Hell no. He's not going to take a bunch of vegetables. He wants blood.
Yes.
Right. He's like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Out for blood. Wait, was that, or was that Steven Seagal?
I don't remember. I think it's actually Steven Seagal.
Bloodsport is
Van Damme.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one was pretty
Regardless, good. Blood something. Blood something, Seagal, Van Damme. That's God of the Old Testament.
I'm going to kick you in the face. Either way.
Yeah. If I'm going to serve a God, I want him drop kicking people in the face. That's a God that I can get behind.
Or splits and nut shot. That's
good. That's
Johnny
good.
Cage.
Yeah, that shows me dexterity.
Yeah.
And bravo.
There you go. Bravado.
What was I saying?
Bravo. Bravo.
The channel Bravo. If you can do this.
If Andy Cohen does the splits and punches somebody in the nuts.
I'll respect him more. I'll watch more Below Deck.
There you go. Like, because Johnny Cage from the original Mortal Kombat, he does
do that.
Because he was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Because they wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme to be in the video game.
I didn't know this.
He said no.
Oh.
Of course. Because at that time, he was actually making money.
Right.
Unlike...
It was a very short period of time. But that was the time.
Well, I mean, like 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, I guess
5
you're right.
years?
Yeah. I don't know. It was probably more like 10 years in terms
Lionheart
of
was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good.
He was not a good actor, though.
Oh, no.
It was awful.
He just kicked people and stuff. He was cool.
Just like Steven Seagal. He was not a good actor.
Yeah, but there's... I
don't remember a good movie from Steven Seagal.
I'd say Steven Seagal Under Suspicion, I think.
Okay.
There was a sequel to that as well. I think. No, Under Siege. Under Siege. Because that was the one that was on a battleship. And I think Tommy Lee Jones was the bad guy in that. They made a sequel to that on a train, which is like, the fuck? Oh, you put a bomb on a train? Oh. Who the fuck cares? Like,
let the train just explode.
Yeah.
I recently had a conversation with an Irishman.
Oh,
Look out! He's Irish!
You know how diverse I am.
Run afoul of an Irishman.
He thought that Tommy Lee and Tommy Lee Jones were the same person.
Yeah.
And so then we were like, well, you know that Tommy Lee has a huge penis.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, they both have huge penises.
But then he was like, well, Tommy Lee Jones clearly has a huge penis. So I still don't know that.
I mean, used to maybe. But
does your penis get smaller through age?
No.
We're not in age.
Your ears get bigger. So
your ears get bigger?
Yeah. Your ears keep growing in your nose.
But your penis doesn't grow?
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's an interesting thing.
It's not cartilage.
It is cartilage. Well, I guess it's a muscle. It's more of a muscle. We should probably remove this part for the podcast.
No, this is science. This is science. Has to deal with Celestial.
So there was a confusion with an Irishman. An Irishman wasn't sure that there was a difference between Tommy Lee and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes. Okay.
He thought they were the same person for a period of time.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, if you don't see either, although Tommy Lee Jones played an Irishman in Blown Away.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Really terrible.
I don't remember that movie.
The movie was very popular for one summer, and it has Jeff Bridges doing a very bad Irish accent, and Tommy Lee Jones doing a worse Irish accent. All right, so wait, did we say? You said yours was a 0.
It's a 0. I'm sorry, Celestial. I think you guys are a good brewery. I just don't like this beer.
Yeah, and I would say I would probably give this a 1.
Okay.
Actually, I don't remember the name of it. Actually.
Double stars.
Double stars.
So you gave Double Stars a 1. I gave Apollo.
No, this was not Double Stars. Hop Creeps.
You gave Hop Creeps a 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because
and I gave Apollo 11 a 1.
Yeah,
so we've each given one beer a 1.
Yeah, I'd say to me it's not offensive. Mm-hmm. It's got a bitterness to it. I would like more fruit, really.
Okay.
But to me, I thought it was easy drinking.
Gotcha.
And an IPA that's easy drinking, for me, that's like, while it won't be as good as, say, a Berliner Weisse, a fruited Berliner Weisse, for an IPA, to me, that's good.
Right. And that's how I felt about the Apollo 11.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
Drinkable.
I think that this one, for me, there was a few too many bitter notes that I just couldn't handle.
Yeah.
It made me gave the bitter beer face every single time I drank it.
Yeah.
Couldn't handle it.
You did not like it. You were.
Let's do this last one.
So here we go. Blackberry Rocket. The can looks very good. Although it has the bomb pops, but the wrong bomb pops. It has the popsicle ones and not the fudge banana bomb pops.
Oh, those were the best.
Oh, those were the best because the other ones were just ice and you can't just bite into.
Yeah, and you couldn't really the defer or determine the like a flavor, but the banana chocolate or fudge,
Yes.
that was the best one.
So good. But the red, white, and blue ones, the other ones did look good.
Yes, they did. They did look good.
And I'm sure they tasted good, but not as good.
There's no
as,
discernible like
not
flavor.
as good as the banana and fudge.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're cracking this one open.
Ooh.
Did not spray.
Ooh, that's red.
That is.
That's a very red.
Oh, and some head too. That's good. Okay. I'll give you as much as I can. Oh, hard pour.
Yeah, I don't care. Oh, that was way too
No,
hard.
no, it's still going. What
did I do?
I think, you're good. Give me the can. That looks good. That looks very good.
I kind of like this. This head's going away pretty quickly. So
Oh yeah, it's not going to hang around for long. Usually for a Berliner Weisse, it is hanging around longer than I think I've ever seen a Berliner Weisse head hang around. Though, let me see. There's not much on it. Says Berliner Weisse with blackberry and vanilla.
Ooh,
that's going to be good.
I can smell the vanilla.
16 fluid ounces. 5.2 ABV. Store upright. Drink it fresh. Bicycle with the friend. No, wait. Recycle this can to save our planet. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I get the typical Berliner Weisse on the nose myself.
It's very vanilla forward for me.
I get, yeah, there's some vanilla.
Wow. So what was the berry?
Wow, yeah, blackberry.
It's okay.
Blackberry Rocket.
That's definitely blackberry. So I don't get a
really
lot of.
I definitely get the vanilla. I don't know what you're.
You
about
get the
to
vanilla
say.
in the taste?
Yeah. Do you not?
I get it more in the scent.
I get so much vanilla. It's not like it's in there. It's like a complementary flavor, but it's not like a main flavor. It's like there is a lot though in there.
Okay, I get it now.
It's like not vanilla. It's like vanilla ice cream almost.
Oh, this is balanced, man.
I don't know about balance, but it's good.
It's balanced between the vanilla and the blackberry to me.
Uh-huh.
I feel
I
feel like they complement each other, right?
They're both strong and they're both equally in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if they meld together, but they're in there equally as much.
Oh, this is good.
It's good. It's good. And then but I think the sourness kind of like is a divide in there.
Right.
Like, if you didn't have the sourness, I think it'd be a lot better.
I think the vanilla there's a little bit of vanilla on the ending taste notes or flavor notes there. But I mean, the blackberry, well, okay. So I said balance, but I definitely think the blackberry is dominating.
Oh yeah.
The flavor
No,
here.
it is. Yeah.
But the vanilla is cutting. It's cutting the sharpness of the blackberry.
It is.
That's what it's doing.
It's in there. It's oof. All right. So from their site, well, actually not their site, from Untapped, this 5.2% Berliner Weisse is loaded with mounds of blackberries and vanilla beans. We are loving its deep color, its berry-packed aromatics, its soft mouthfeel, and its jaw-tightening sourness that fades into a candy-like berry flavor.
That's a perfect description. It's got this.
I suppose so.
I think so. For me, it is because it's very like blackberry forward.
Yeah,
and I'm getting that like tartness from the blackberry.
I love the color. I do love the color.
I like when a beer
beautiful.
has a cool, like nice color like that. And
it's not. You can't see through it or anything. It's not clear. It's murky, but it's really nice red.
Yeah. It's super tart. Like it's like mouth pursing tart. Puckering tart, yeah.
I wouldn't say jaw. No, there's a little jaw tightening.
For me, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think maybe if you took that out, maybe it'd be too sweet. Because I get blackberry, then I get overwhelmingly sour, then I get vanilla. And it's just like if you took out this middle piece, I think the blackberry and the vanilla would just like come together.
So you think that if they didn't have as much sour in it.
I think so. I'm not saying it's bad or anything.
No,
Or
right.
just-
Like if you were to perfect this beer.
I don't even know if it's about perfecting it. Maybe it's just me, but then it would probably be too sweet.
I see what you're saying.
But I don't know if anybody's there drinking multiple of these. So it's like you're not going to buy a 6-pack of this, right?
I would. I would 100%.
But to drink a 6-pack in one night.
Yeah, that would be difficult to do. I don't know that I would pick up this beer back to back to drink.
Yeah.
But to keep in my fridge, absolutely. This is, if I want this flavor, then yeah. This is.
But so if you just made it, if you took out this, like half the sour and made it sweeter, then it'd still be fine because you'd still only be like drinking one a night, maybe.
I disagree. I disagree with you, sir.
You son of a bitch.
I like it the way that it is.
No, it's good the way it is.
Yeah. And I see where you're coming from, but you know, for me, I like a good sourness to a beer.
Yeah.
And I think what you're saying is reducing the spice.
And this, to me, this is a better sour than our previous episode with the Rodenbach.
Absolutely.
And even the brutal.
So you say this is better than the Rodenbach?
No.
Oh.
The souring. Because this is a different kind of souring.
Right.
This is more of like a kettle souring, which that and the Rodenbach Rodenbach 2012 is like a wild yeast, a wild sour, lactobacillus, which they should use lactobacillus for this, but maybe a different strain and different temperatures, different times. Mm-hmm. This is not aged for say 2 years. Obviously, they want you to drink this fresh,
right?
Which shouldn't. This one shouldn't matter if you drink it fresh. I mean, maybe the blackberries could fade a little bit, but there's no hops.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they have hops in it, but
minimal.
Like 1 or 2 IBUs.
Yeah. No, I mean...
Because if you do more than that, then it'll kill the sour. So.
Right. I don't know. This is like...
But I'm just saying this is a different style of souring versus Flemish red.
No, you're right.
Red. Yeah,
you're right.
I know.
It's super sharp with the souring. That's my best beer so far from.
Oh yeah, I'd say so too.
Yeah, I wish I was able to understand their range in terms of beer styles, but you know, based on what they can, you get stuck with the IPAs for the most part.
They have 4 styles right now.
Yeah, and they're all the same. They're all double IPAs, except for one's a triple.
Well, I was gonna say IPAs and then Berliner Weisse, stout, and spiced herb beer, which is
right. And then, of course, the first beer we had, which was the
Helles, yeah.
Helles. Sorry. And so none of these beers, none of the IPAs necessarily said that they were dry hopped, which they didn't taste dry hopped.
I believe they all are.
They are? Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure they all are.
Okay. The Berliner Weisse was good. It's probably one of the better Berliner Weisses.
Oh shit! You already drank it all?
Yeah,
damn.
It was good.
It is good. Yeah,
it's probably one of the better Berliner Weisses I've had. So I believe that the brewers at Celestial can put together good beers, and I believe that these IPAs, if you're looking for that bitterness and that hoppiness,
that's what they want to make.
Then I think that they're probably hitting the mark.
Yeah.
Just for me, I'm not a big fan of IPAs. Period.
The thing is, I think they're making what they're doing is they're making hazy IPAs, but with like West Coast hops or something. So they're going for hazy IPAs, but more pininess.
I see. So it's like a mixture of a hazy and a West Coast and
Yeah, but I don't know.
Midwestern
Because
IPA.
all of their descriptions go towards fruit forward, but
Yeah.
these are...
I didn't
would
feel
say
like
they
they were
aren't.
fruit
No,
forward at
no.
all. No.
I'd say there's a whole lot of pine in like
Pine or
all of them.
floral
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not great.
I'm going to give the Berliner Weisse a 1 without any regrets. I think it's a very good Berliner Weisse.
You're not going to caveat that?
I'll caveat that with I like it better than I believe it's the Real Ale Berliner Weisse. Which one?
Oh, man.
What is that? The Red Bud? No.
No, that's the Independence. Independence Red Bud.
That's their Berliner Weisse, right?
They have a few different versions, but yeah. Like the regular.
Everyone that
Berliner
I've
Weisse.
had, I really like those. I think this one's better.
Yeah. They have the regular one. They have a cherry. They have
That's right.
cucumber.
I had the cucumber.
and
Yeah.
Just recently they had a barrel aged one, I think, or
Oh, I haven't had that one.
aged in Soto barrels.
I think I'll change my description. I'll say this one definitely compares to one of my favorite Berliner Weisses, which is from Real Ale.
Independence.
Independence. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Red Bud from
Yeah.
Independence.
Red Bud,
This is definitely a very good Berliner Weisse, in my opinion.
which is a body of water in Austin.
Red Bud?
Red Bud. Yeah. Red Bud. It's I think it's Red Bud Creek. I believe it's. But yeah, it's on the.
I've probably
the
been
can.
naked in the Red Bud.
You probably have. You might have caught an eel.
Eel up?
Is that what they used to say in the Navy?
Yeah.
Eel up.
What happened? You got eeled. What do you think? Will Third Level Brewing have a Berliner Weisse?
Maybe. The thing is,
Let's close it down.
Uh.
So this Berliner Weisse for me is a resounding one.
yes.
Of the 6 beers we had from Celestial, I gave 2 of them 1s.
Yeah, me too.
One of them was the IPA, and of course the other was the Berliner Weisse.
Which
the
IPA?
It was the
Can you
Apollo
pick it out
11.
of- okay.
It was the Apollo 11, and it was a very smooth and very balanced IPA. The rest of the IPAs for me were a little too bitter forward,
Yeah.
too piney, too bitter.
Yeah.
However, I think that people who like that flavor would really appreciate those beers. The only beer that I actually would give a negative to would be the Helles. I think that the Helles missed the mark in terms of what a Helles we're looking for in a Helles.
Possibly.
So I think Celestial is probably a very good brewery, and I'm looking forward to drinking more brews from them.
Yeah, I would pretty much echo that same statement. I really liked the Berliner Weisse. Blackberry and vanilla was very good.
Yep.
And I gave a 1 to one of the IPAs, but not the same IPA. I did the Hop Creeps
Yeah.
collaboration with
Turning Point.
Turning Point in Bedford. Yeah. Other than that, they promised fruit forward, but I just got bitter from a lot of them. And even the one that I gave a 1 to, I got more bitter than fruit, but I thought it was really smooth and really easy to drink. So
Yeah.
I gave it a 1, and,
Okay.
which, I could try it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But saying that, I'd try more stuff from Celestial.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like it's dinner time here at the Brew in the House.
Yes. No,
All
so
right.
yeah, thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah.
We had a great time drinking a selection from Celestial. This has been Ross,
This has been Chance.
and this is the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Thanks for sticking around. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or anywhere there are podcasts. If you like what you heard, rate and review us on iTunes. Check out our Patreon. Find it at patreon.com/3beersinpodcast. Check out all of our awards. You can give as little as $1 a month to help us keep doing what we're doing. It really helps out, and we'll give you a thank you on the show. Or for a little more, you can remain anonymous. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 3beersinpodcast. Check out our website, 3beersinpodcast.com. You can find information about us and the show along with the links to all of our episodes and our really cool merchandise. While you're on our site, you can tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like us, then why the hell are you still here? You should have turned us off long ago. But if you're just going to listen to us anyway, you should probably subscribe too. And if you'd like a transcript of our podcast, write down everything that we just said.
The burgers I've had in my life, in this life,
Infinitely complex.
This is Brew Crime, a craft beer and true crime podcast.
I'm Mike.
I'm Beck.
And I'm Nina.
And we're your hosts.
We pair a true crime story with a craft beer.
That Nina will probably hate.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever. You can find our show on all your favorite podcast apps, and if you can't find it, contact us and we'll try and change that.
We can be found at brewcrime.com or on Twitter at brewcrime, on Facebook at brewcrime, or if you want to go to our group, it's group/brewcrime on Facebook, or on Instagram at Pacific Beer Chat.
Join us as we discuss the horrible crimes that surround us and try not to giggle.